think of adventure and being out in the mountains or on a river. But this adventure is a little bit different. This is a city adventure.
Even though we live close to New York City, there's a chance that many of our students have never even been there.
You know, you're out and you're seeing huge buildings for the first time. You're learning how to navigate a subway system for the first time, trying some different foods.
We do a lot of adventure trips, and this is very much an adventure trip. So adventure trips, we talk about risk management and safety.
Yellow Breeches is all about teaching progressions in order to make sure that we're doing everything as safely as possible. You know, safety is our #1 priority, no matter what the trip is or what the adventure activity is. And New York City definitely presents its own unique challenges.
15 years ago, we started going to New York City. It was our first trip there. So the cool thing about it is how we travel through the city with kids using the subway system, experiencing navigating through the city and getting from point A to point B.
So when we do the wilderness trips, a lot of that is team building and communication and not giving up with challenges. This is more almost understanding that you're a part of something bigger.
Big picture first is just to have a lot of situational awareness when we're in the city.
Okay guys, so listen, you guys are good. Don't be in the front, hands getting the back. Make sure you stay between us and with us. All right? Here we go.
There's a lot of people in New York, a few million people. So I just ask that you be like, respect everyone, right? Treat everyone with dignity and compassion. You know, it's another opportunity where they're broadening their perspectives and their views on the world. They're seeing how other people live.
Central Pennsylvania kind of is not as busy as New York.
I feel like New York has a lot more stuff than Pennsylvania.
I'm used to seeing woods.
It's much slower and serene here.
So at Yellow Breeches, we do a lot of adventure-based level 3 trips or experiential trips that are adventure-based. And, you know, the framework to really work on growth, because if you get out of your comfort zone, you're doing something that might make you a little bit nervous, causes you to work through things.
There's lots of people, there's lots of bright lights, there's lots of noise, there's lots of smells.
And I think New York City, while it might not be like a traditional adventure trip, it provides so much educational experience. Checking out and being able to walk on an aircraft carrier, or learning about the history of the Brooklyn Bridge, or going up to the Empire State Building and learning how that was built, and just learning how they actually developed New York City from a wetland into the huge city that it is now. It just provides so many, just countless opportunities for educational experiences as you navigate a fun trip in New York City. But really, ultimately, those trips are the framework for all of the learning and foundational, you know, skill building that happens while on those trips.
A big reason why we do this trip is because it gives us a cultural experience. There are over 800 languages spoken in New York City. That's wild. And they used to have these awesome murals that were up on the wall whenever you walked in or as you're walking out. Hi USA, which is the hostel, inspires a genuine understanding of people, places, and cultures for a more tolerant world.
I'd want them to remember that there's a big world out there and they're a part of it, and it's not just a microcosm that we have in rural Pennsylvania, but you go to New York City and you're just immersed in all these different cultures and society ideas and concepts, and there's a big world out there, and New York City is a taste of what you get to see with the melting pot that we talk about with America. It's impossible to walk on the street without hearing different languages and smelling different culture food, and we did Chinatown, we went through Little Italy.
Being in New York City during the holiday season is, it's very unique because you have all the Christmas lights and all the decorations, and it's very festive.
Sites that they've only seen on film or on the screen, they're now a part of and getting to see in real life.
Yeah, it was
Central Park was the first planned landscape park in the United States, created in 1858 by Frederick Law Olmsted, who's like a famous urban planner, but it's to give people an escape from the hustle and bustle of city life and to incorporate some recreational stuff as well as different aspects of nature. So there's lots of little creeks and ponds in the park. So there's lots of neat things to explore.
Central Park is awesome because Central Park offers a rest, because it's easy to get overstimulated in New York. And so when you go to Central Park, you're kind of like, fresh air, and you're like looking around, and there's still really cool things in there, but it just shows you there's another part to New York than just big city, big lights.
$500.
Where are you right now?
Manhattan Embarking, because we're in the middle of the bridge. Oh, it was crazy.
The edge.
I stayed,
A lot of
we
speed.
stayed on like the glass platform, looked down on it, laid down on it, like face forward.
Yeah.
There's a lot more things to do here.
I like the big crowds.
Taking students to Broadway in New York City, that's a relatively new idea. I think we've been doing it for about 6 years.
We're trying to, and during this experience, we're hopefully going to broaden your perspectives on things, let you see different cultures and different people and, just a different way of life.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The car, that was crazy. It moved. I was like, couldn't see what was holding it up. It was good.
It's crazy. He was like waving.
Yeah, I'm inspired. Like if they do like a second one, like part 2 to this, like my dream, I want to be in that. I want to be in that. Like it's just amazing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I thank this man for starting it all.
Okay, YBEC. 1, 2, 3.
We want to make sure that they're getting the education piece, they're understanding the area that we go to. So what are the people like? What's the area like? We do different facts throughout the trip.
The Statue of Liberty has many symbolic features, and the torch represents liberty.
The whole island of Manhattan, which is 28.5 miles.
It was a skywalk. They thought it was going to be a big hit for transportation, that you could just pull up a blimp up to the top of the Empire State Building.
What did it feel like? It was terrifying, really. Yes.
A lot of kids never been in a limo before. I never did before either until we went to New York City. So it's kind of neat. And one of the cool things is like the kids want to call their parents, hey, I'm in a limo.
Here's to the New York City tripping you guys.
Oh my God,
Students of Yellow Breeches.
Woo!
When a student walks into Times Square for the first time, they just kind of eyes get real big and they're looking around, their eyes are going up.
I think it's just cool for them to be able to experience something that much bigger and be able to feel that heartbeat that New York City kind of provides.
It just makes you feel small, being in the midst of all these people and like the huge buildings.
There's more people, a lot of really tall buildings. They're a lot taller than they are in Pennsylvania.
That's actually one of my goals.
Connie in Times Square was epic. I said, that was awesome, man. You should do that again sometime. He said, that was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And I said, no, dude, that doesn't have to be once in a lifetime. You can do that. And he's like, oh. So it's cool because some of these kids' horizons are getting broad and they're seeing things.
Everything that you do in life, it's like an elevator. There's different levels of what you're gonna do. So what you wanna do is keep going.
What I've always noticed that whenever we're leaving New York City, students are always just kind of quiet and just kind of absorbing and processing all kinds of things that they got to see and do. You know, it's always really interesting to see on the way to New York City, there's a lot of energy. Kids are having a hard time sitting down. They're looking out the windows. Where's the Statue of Liberty? And they're laughing and talking to each other. But then on the way home, everybody's just kind of taking a little bit of time to just process all the things that they got to see. And I think that that's pretty special.
Trying to get over